Hello, everyone. Geoffrey Nance here. Welcome to Tip Tuesday. It's our first one of a new year. So glad to be with you guys. We'll be doing these throughout the year. Of course, we'll go live at about 3:30 Central each Tuesday, and then you can rewatch this on any of the media outlets that we have available to you. So today's topic: New Year, new opportunities, and I don't know about you. I'm not a big New Year's resolution kind of guy. I know that the gyms get a little bit fuller for the first few weeks of January. And then by about February, certainly March, they're not as full. People have dropped out normally within a couple of weeks, certainly a couple of months as things kind of go on. And some of you guys, you may start something. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then you kind of slowly just ease out of it and just get back into your old habits, and those resolutions are gone. They're for another year. But I actually think that they can be a good thing. I think New Year's resolutions are good, but really the reality is, guys, that if something is worth making it a resolution, then it's an obvious area of your life that you want to change. And probably that means it's something that you ought to already be doing. So the real question isn't whether or not we should have them. It's whether or not we're willing to commit to doing something we ought to already be doing. And I think that's a key. So if there's something in my life that I know I ought to already be doing, then I need to ask myself, why am I not already doing that thing? So I think the obvious answer to that is there's something else that's more important to me. Because people say, well, I don't have time for it. Well, it's 24 hours in every day. How we feel that day, though, varies from one person to the next. There are some people that fit a lot more into 24 hours than others. And we are supposed to rest. We've talked about that. It's biblical. But the idea that we're supposed to do the best that we can. The Bible talks a lot about this. Make the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. When it says that, it's not stating that days are bad. It's like you wake up every day, you're like, oh, how am I going to get today? Because it's out to get me. I know some of us feel like that's kind of what's happening. It's like, today's out to get me. The world's out to get me. But that's not really what it means. That a day is evil. It means it's fast. It's fleeting. And if we don't use it, it'll be gone. And I think for anybody that's lived a significant amount of time, one of the things you'll always hear them say is that it seems like time went by quickly. And the Bible says that, for the Lord, a day, it's like 1,000 years. 1,000 years is like a day, like a flash, and it's here and then it's gone. And that seems odd for us, because 1,000 years, like, oof, I'll be 50 here in a few years, and everybody around me thinks that that's old. And so I talk to people that are older, and they're like, "Oh, that's not old at all." So I heard somebody say recently, "What is old?" And he goes, "Well, more than I am. More than I am." And so it becomes relative because I'm not old, so it's whatever somebody older than me. It's always something else. And I think this is relevant too, because the Bible talks a lot about this, right? So the Bible says that when we become believers, that it says the old has passed away and the new has come. So the old has passed away and the new has come. Well, the reason that this is important is the fact that there was something there that needed to be replaced. You don't go out and replace things that are working. You don't go out and replace things that are good unless you are upgrading or it's something that needs to be fixed. So one of the things I would really ask you guys to ponder here when we're in a new year is, what needs to be made new in my life? So if there's something that needs to be made new in my life, what is that, and why is that? And generally speaking, just think of it like a part of your car or something like that. If you have to replace it, it's because that thing is not working correctly. And if there's something in your life that is not working correctly, then you have to ask yourself, well, then how do I need to fix it? Or how do I need the Lord to fix this thing? And for most of us, especially if you're like me, I'm so not a car guy. Like my wife has family members who have worked on cars, fixed cars, redone cars. Like she has one of them that's like flipping airplanes. He's redoing airplanes. I'm like, I don't know the first clue how that would even work. Even though I talked to him about it, sounds fascinating to me. But you're going in there and you're fixing things up. You're making old things new, but you're making them better. And when it comes to our trading, I think that some of us have to realize I probably need to assess where that is also true in my life. Are there things in my trading life, in my trading journey that need to be fixed? Are there things in my trading that need to be made new? In other words, I need to change them because they're defective in some ways. It could be the way that I'm thinking through my trades. It could be just in my timing. It could be the way that I'm just, maybe from an educational perspective. Maybe I don't have the education that I need. Maybe I need to gain more. Maybe it's just about it's a timing thing. I need to put more time into it. I need to put more effort into it. I need to go back and reassess trades that I've done. I mean, to think through. Maybe I need a mentor. So it's something in my life that's going to allow me to have the results that I want. If somebody says, "Hey, I want to start working out more," one of the first things they have to do, and I talk to my kids about this all the time. I have one kid that likes to work out. Two others that are gymnasts. They spend hours in the gym, but then one of them who's just naturally built and strong, but he doesn't like to work out. And so he's getting ready to go off to college. When we're telling him, yeah, he's got a six pack and everything, right? You're going to come back and you're not going to look like that. You're going to put on weight because you're not used to eating that way. You don't work out like you're supposed to. So we'll see. But one of the things that I told him is, like, look, part of it is just simply getting there. Okay. So how do I become more consistent? See, you don't just walk into the gym and automatically get stronger. Doesn't happen, right? So, and you don't just all of a sudden get stronger or lose 10 or 20 pounds because you went to the gym. I remember, I remember a day when I was trying to get back into working out, and I was driving, and I only had to drive like 5 minutes to get from my house to the gym. And there was a donut shop right across from the gym. And I was listening to this radio program, and I was so kind of intrigued with what was being said on the radio program. I was like, all right, I'm going to park in the parking lot, and then I'll go in here in a second when the radio program is over. Well, it kept going, and I was like, well, now I'm getting hungry. so so I drove over to the donut shop, grabbed me some donuts, sat in the parking lot of the gym, and ate my donuts and listened to the rest of that program. And then all of a sudden, by the time it was over, I'm like, well, you know what? I don't have time to work out now, because I didn't get any stronger that day. I was at the gym, right? I was at the gym, but I wasn't putting in the work. And I think sometimes, if we're being real honest, we're like, yeah, I'm looking at charts, but I'm not really putting in the work. Like I'm in the gym parking lot. I'm aware of the way the machines work and stuff, but I'm not really putting in the time. I'm not really putting in the effort to actually get stronger. And then it's not just a matter of just showing up. It's showing up consistently, and then doing the same thing oftentimes over and over and over again until you can start to see results. And then eventually you say, you know what? I used to be able to lift this amount of weight. Now I can lift more. And then you kind of get excited about that. And then you kind of keep doing it. And you're like, hey, I can lift a little bit more. And hey, I can lift a little bit more. And then somewhere along the line, you start to look in the mirror. You're like, hey, I can see a difference. I'm starting to get stronger. I'm starting to look better. And then you kind of keep going through the process. You keep doing the grind. You're showing up. You're working out. You're putting in the time and effort. And then time finally get to this point where like other people are like, whoa, maybe they feel your arm or something, like, dude, you've been working out. You're like, yeah, I have been. And they're like, oh, cool. You say, you start to sense this pride. Now you're like, yes, all right. People starting to notice now. So then that gives you a little added boost. Well, I'm going to keep going. But then you still got to get in the gym. You still got to put in the work. You got to keep going. Because at any point when you stop, then those things start to pull away. So as you guys then take this lesson and apply it directly to your trading, it's this. Are there areas of my trading that if I was being honest, I would say, yes, this is an area where I need to upgrade or make changes in my trading habits because I don't really like the results that I'm seeing. Because generally speaking, right, if that was a car or you as a person, and and there was something wrong in your life, you'd say, well, this needs to be fixed. If there's something in my house, like a light goes out behind me, I'm going to have to go fix it. I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, that stinks. That light's out. If I want to see, I got to go replace the light bulb, right? So I'm going to have to put in some time. I'm going to have to put in some effort. I'm going to have to go out of my way to fix something. So then the real question then becomes, if I know something needs to be fixed, am I committed enough to actually do the work? And then am I going to do the work at a consistent basis so that I eventually see the results that I want to see? That's what we at Tradeway desire for each of you. So not only from a trading perspective, but really from every area of your life, just to be honest, to allow God, David talks about in the Psalm where he says, search my heart, O God, and see if there's any unclean thing in me. Are you willing to pray that kind of prayer where you say, God, search me and know me and point out anything that needs to be changed, point out anything that needs to be upgraded. And then I'm at a place in my life where I say, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make the changes in my life because I realize these are things that need to be changed, and I'm going to do that. So I think the new year is a great opportunity for us to think about these things. I think we should constantly be doing it, but I think the new year provides a particular opportunity. So whether it's in trading or just things with your family or just you as a person, just saying, how can I improve as a person, get better, make the most of the life, the talents, and the gifts and abilities that God has given me? How can I do that? I think this is a great opportunity to do that. So I'd really challenge you guys to think through, what are some of those areas in my life where I feel like, yeah, this is a place where I need to see an upgrade. I need to make a change. And I'm going to encourage you, find somebody to hold you accountable. Very rarely will you accomplish a significant goal without having somebody to come alongside of you and hold you accountable. Set a goal, right? Set multiple goals. Set different time frame goals. Have accountability, set multiple time frame goals, and then put in the consistent effort to begin to see the results that you desire to see, guys. It's a new year. It's new opportunities. We don't know what this year holds, but God does. Nothing will ever surprise God. Things surprise us. Things don't surprise God. Why? Because he's omniscient. He's all-knowing. We're not. He says, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I think a lot of times we would just wish it was like, big stadium lights, just like blared out there so we could see like 3 miles ahead of us. He's like, nah, I'm going to give you a lamp. You can see a few things in front of you from time to time, just enough to trust me for what's ahead. That's what a new year looks like for us. So it's exciting. Make the most of this year, guys, whatever it holds for you. New year, new opportunities. Thanks for being a part of Tip Tuesday. We'll see you guys next time.